Hey, I'm Mike. I'm a bladesmith from Hellfire Workshop doing a set of videos for the Black Wall project. Now, a bladesmith is a blacksmith that specializes in making of knives and swords. And when I got started, I taught myself and did hundreds of hours of research, running around the internet trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, and then in turn spent probably several $100s making mistakes, several hundred hours doing things wrong until I figured things out on my own. This is because there's not one real straightforward set of information that someone can go to learn how to bladesmith. Now, it's a very time-consuming task, and that turns many people away from it. But that's something they can choose to do. Another thing that scares people away is the money factor. A lot of people see a professional bladesmith with a $30,000 shop, and I think that's what they need to be successful and to learn to bladesmith. This isn't true. People in the Middle Ages and the Dark Ages, they did it and they didn't have electricity. So, it shouldn't be that difficult for us to get started, and I'll show you how to do it. Another thing people have trouble with is they'll go to an old school blacksmith, if you'll call it that, and that they generally don't know the metallurgy and the specifics behind making swords and knives, and they'll ask to learn to make swords and knives, and they'll be put on something I call the treadmill, in that they'll be making hooks and various other ornaments that they really probably don't have much interest in making for about 2 years, and they'll get frustrated, they'll pay a crap load of money to do so, and then they'll probably turn away at the end of it. Now, the other end of that is, well, this actually happened to someone I know. I was at a blacksmithing demonstration in a colonial fair in a town nearby, and this kid came up to me, he was an apprentice for the blacksmith next door, and he said, "Hey, look, I made a knife, because I got a table full of swords," and he wanted to show it to me. It looks like a fairly nice, rough forged knife. You know, nothing wrong with it. I look at it and I say, "What's it made of?" And the kid says, "I don't know." And that's a major problem there. It turned out that the guy who was teaching him how to making a knife out of a little piece of round steel stock like that from Home Depot. Now, that means it's mild steel and will never ever hold an edge. The blacksmith didn't know this, so the kid got the short end of the stick. But I hope you enjoy the set of videos, and I hope they're helpful.